appreciate the effort. I definitely appreciate the effort. All right, well, I've moved to our next speaker. His name is Chris Tolvey, and he is very new into this. He was just diagnosed in February, so we're just talking a couple months here, and I am so proud of him to actually want to speak after asking, and I'd like him to tell us how it's come around for him just being diagnosed in the last couple of months. Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you. Hi, I'm 16 years old and my name's Chris. I'm from Long Island, New York. And as she said, I was just diagnosed in February, so this has been like 4 or 5 months so far. It's been pretty difficult. It's been very interesting. I've gotten a lot of support from teachers in the school, and I think it's really amazing what kind of support the education system can give you, and they supply you with so much equipment and magnification for free, and they give you tutoring, and that's been really helpful. But it started in November, I believe. I went for a physical because I wanted to join the track team, and we were doing the eye chart just like them, and we noticed in my right eye I couldn't see the big E at the top, so we weren't really concerned at first because I could still see pretty much perfectly fine using my left eye. It wasn't a big deal, and we just basically ignored it from then on. But in January, it started to affect the other eye, and we kind of panicked, and then went to my normal eye doctor, and she had no idea what was going on, and we were completely stumped, and we just started looking up online, and we couldn't figure out what it was, and we went to a neuro-ophthalmologist up in Mount Sinai in New York, and he saw that there was damage to the optic fibers, so he prepared a full report and gave that to us and sent us back to a closer neuro-ophthalmologist in Long Island, where I live. And we went to him, and he was actually just terrible. We gave him the report, and he just wouldn't read it, and he said that he found nothing, there was nothing wrong, and he refused to acknowledge that anything was going on. And he was actually talking to my parents while I was not in the room, and told them that he's seen it before, and kids lie, and I was making the whole thing up. And I think my mom was about ready to just nail him in the face. But we got past that, and we pretty much self-diagnosed me just from looking online and finding the community, and I matched all the symptoms, so we figured that out on our own, and eventually sent in blood work, and we came back positive in February. So there's been a lot of adjusting. With school, it's been pretty good. I mean, I never actually did join track. I don't think I really have much time. I have like 2 hours of tutoring every day after school, and after that, during the night, I take kickboxing classes regularly. I've been taking karate for about 5 years. I didn't stop that. But there's been a lot of changes, specifically in just like the way I do go about my daily life. Like, for example, entertainment, it's completely changed. Instead of, like, everything is auditory now. I bought the Amazon Echo. It's like a speaker that you put down in a room, and you can just ask you questions and play music, and I spend most of my free time using that, just listening to music and podcasts and stand-up comedians, and that's how I occupy my time mostly. Although when it just first started, it sort of sent me into like a really depressed state. I guess going back to what Jeremy said about the first stage of denial, I think I was kind of in that, and I started to just like sleep a lot. I was just spending all my time in bed, and I mean that sounds pretty nice, but it was kind of sad. And I think a big reason is because, you know, you go to sleep, and when you like dream, in your dreams, you can see still, and that was kind of luxurious. But it's kind of, I think it's a really unhealthy way to cope with a vision loss, and I think eventually I just sort of came to terms with it and got up and really got on top of my schoolwork and tried to figure out better ways to deal with it, and I continued my kickboxing classes, and I got with my friends and told them all about it, and they've been really supportive. And I think a major characteristic that your friends can have is to not be too sensitive about it, because they've been, just like Matt was saying, how you can just joke about it and stuff, and it's not like they're making fun of me, it's almost like you're joking with each other, and you know, it's like something will happen that we can just laugh about. Like I'll throw something into like what I think is a trash can, and it's really a plant, and then we'll just laugh our asses off. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm still adjusting because it is really recent. You do have to think about what you're going to do in the future in terms of like a career. And yeah, you know, everyone's always saying you can still do whatever you want, and you know, everything's an option, and that's true. But you know, some things do take a lot of adjustment to be able to still do, and I've taken that into consideration. And I am currently interested in some possibly journalism. I'm not really sure yet, but we're looking at some colleges. And yeah, that's pretty much my story.
Thank you, Chris. You know, you are very new into it, and you sound like you're doing fantastic. And hopefully by coming to the conference, I mean, so new into this, you know, you've already gained some good friends over there on that side of the table, and who can always give you some advice, and I'm sure are there to listen to you as well when you need someone to talk to. So thank you for sharing your story. The next